Hey everyone, this is Terry. Today I want to talk to you about the newest machine that's available from Brother. This is the Disney ScanNCut DX. It's the DX230D. It is a limited edition machine because it comes with 132 built-in Disney designs that include rhinestone patterns and also patterns for the roller feeder. Now, I haven't received my roller feeder yet. It's on back order, but I received my machine, and I also received all the accessories that came with the machine. That includes things like this really nice 6-piece tool set. You can see it's a zippered case. In fact, I've already cut my first design, and I'll show you a couple of things about how easy it is to navigate through the screens. And you can see that this fits nicely inside this holder, so you can keep all your tools together. So you have a scraper, tweezers, you have a really nice weeding tool, and here's an additional tool that you use as a stylus. I'll set that aside. You're going to receive 2 automatic cutting blades with this machine. One is for fine fabrics, and the other one that I have loaded on the machine is for regular fabrics. You'll get a regular tack mat or what is called a low tack adhesive mat, and then in addition to it, you're going to get what is called the standard mat versus regular. You'll get a fabric support sheet that is a high tack material that you can use when you're cutting out fabrics. And then you'll also get a product that's very similar to Heat and Bond, that is Brother's version of an iron-on fabric support that you can use. You'll get a trial rhinestone set that's for those Disney designs, and along with tools. And you're going to get some accessories inside your machine. I'm just going to open it up, and one of the things you'll notice when I open it up, and I'll back up my camera a little bit, this is larger than the machine that was the predecessor to the SDX line, and that was the ScanNCut 2. So you have storage space. Now, I've already used the pins, and you can see there are 6 pins, and then there are also 2 fabric pins that come with your machine. In the standard pin holder, to open this up, all you do is press this button on the back, and then that opens up the pin holder. You'll take your pin and you actually drop it inside, close this cover. Make sure you take this cap and press it right here, because I've been looking for that cap in my sewing room after the first project. It's just a really nice place to keep everything together. So you want to keep the cap on if you want to have ink. So I'll place that back inside my storage tray. And all of these things just fit nicely in this storage tray. Let me show you. You can see it here. Make sure when you close it, it should be easy to close. It has a magnetic holder. On this side, you have the pouch that has 2 auto blades. One's for fine fabric, and the other is actually in the machine right now. It's the regular auto blade. It has the black holder. The one for fine fabric has this beige right here. You can see the beige on it. You have another spatula in here that's a small plastic spatula, and then you also have another stylus. Now I want to show you the screen on this, because the screen is much nicer than the previous machine. And by the way, you have places here where you can store some things. When I get my roller attachment, it will attach up in here on the top of this tray. I'll make some adjustments to the actual rollers on the machine so I can set it up for that roller attachment. And by the way, I would request that you go out and watch some videos by Julie Faye Fan Balzer. Now I probably mispronounced her name, but she has excellent videos about this machine, and she really shows you in a video all the details for attaching that roller attachment. So let's just close this up for a moment so we can move it closer. And sorry for the noise. And what I want to do is tell you, first of all, this machine is quiet. One reason that My ScanNCut 2 was not my favorite machine. It was so noisy. I use a Cricut machine, a Cricut Maker, which I love. And I can tell you now that I've used this one, I know I'm going to love it as well. So I cut out this is your first project that you get, and you can see it used the pen. It has really nice score lines, which are nice. So you see those score lines, and it was easy to create this first project. And they give you and supply this paper for you as well as your first project, and that is in a Let's Get Started guide. Now all the other guides, like the reference manual, you need to download them. They're PDFs. All right, I want you to see how clean the cut is on this. And I mean, this cut like butter. It was perfect. And this was the autoblade. You can tell that I put the acetate cover back on my mats. You always want to do that. But you can see where the paper was attached to it. And you can see some little cut lines. But the thing about it is, it didn't damage the mat. Those are just cut lines from where it cut. And that's going to be true of any digital cutter. Your mats are going to look like that. Now, those mats are not interchangeable with my ScanNCut 2. I have to see if I can use my scanning mat. This machine will allow you to scan up to 24 inches. The SDX 125 is only 12 inches, and the SDX 125 does not allow you to read your machine files like the PES, PHC, and PHX files. Now this machine also reads automatically the FCM and SVG, which are vector files. You'll see it has a really nice 5-inch display. And that's one of the things that makes it so nice, because it's, first of all, brighter than the other display. It's very sensitive to touch. You can see that it's going to move the carriage. And the first design, first of all, you notice there's an update available. That's because I went in, and I'm going to zoom you in so you can actually see this up close. I went in and set up my Wi-Fi, and I registered it on Brother Canvas Workspace. So it means that I'm going to be able to touch this and automatically update my machine. So I like that. We won't do that right now. I'll do that in a separate video. In the first design, you're going to select pattern. You're going to go to the built-in Disney designs, and each of these are categories. You use the up-down arrows to scroll, and it's just real easy to scroll through these designs and just look at the variety. So there are Halloween designs, but what we did is we cut this little design here and we chose OK. Now once we did that, what we needed to do was to set the design, and we loaded our mat, and we loaded the pen for that design, and we chose OK. So then we selected whether we wanted to draw, which is what I did, to do the love. And then after that, I did the cut. I won't go through all of that. The process was very fast, and I'll show you that on other videos. So just to return back out of this menu, I can go to Home and cancel the pattern. So let's just go back to Home and choose OK, because it says, do you want to delete the patterns? You can do test cuts. This machine does half cuts. And then you also have adjustments on the side of the machine that you use depending on what you're doing. So in the upcoming videos, I'll share more with you, but let's just take a look at some of the patterns. So here are the Disney categories. You can see some of the beautiful designs that are built in here for Disney. And some of these are rhinestone designs. So I really have to go look at those to determine which ones are rhinestone designs. You can download the design booklet that's in a PDF form to see it. So like if I wanted to have that rose, here it is. I would just choose return, and we'll look at some of the other categories that we have. Here's a rhinestone design for sure. So in this case, what you would do is you need to load your rhinestone media on the appropriate mat for this. We'll go ahead and choose return. Now you can see that there are these cute Disney designs here as well. And then here's some that include the designs like Woody and those things from Toy Story. And we'll go down and you can see just how cute all these designs are. All right. In addition to that, you have all these other categories as well. So you're going to have borders. You're going to have some, I call it word art. So if you wanted to go in and you wanted to select something, for instance, like May, and you wanted it to cut that out, you could. And this can be cut out in vinyl, heat transfer vinyl. It can be cut out in regular vinyl. It can be cut out in paper. And I don't know that I would cut that out in fabric, but you could. And then if you go into the categories like the shapes, you have several built-in shapes in the machine. And you can see those will return. And let's look at this category. So you can see all of the different designs that are right here ready for you to use. And we'll just choose one of these, like if you wanted to create some envelopes or folded paper, that here's some cute designs for that. All right, I think this is a good enough introduction. This video is about 11 minutes long. I hope it encourages you to look at these machines at your dealer. I think you will like the SDX models of ScanNCut. And particularly if you get the ScanNCuts that will interact with your machines. In a separate video, I'll show you how I've taken a file from my Luminaire and I've opened it up on this machine so you can see how flawlessly that works. Thanks everybody for your time. You can find me on Facebook in the Just Stitching with the Brother Luminaire group. And you can also find me on YouTube. Please like my videos and subscribe to them. I spend a lot of time creating information for you and responding to your questions. And when you subscribe and watch my videos on YouTube, it just gives me a little bit back. Thanks and have a great day.